How's it gaming, guys? I'm PhilInTheBlanks. Welcome back to Turnabout Goodbyes. Larry has something to tell us about his headphones. What Larry heard? Oh, it's a brand new thing. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all-request show. Sorry, I read so fast. Kate gets so upset when I read things for her because she's like, you read so damn fast. And I'm trying hard not to do that too often, so I'll try to slow down a little bit. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud like. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. You were listening to a radio at a high volume? Yeah, what's the big problem? Can a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is.
Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio.
True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony.
Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot.
Excuse me? DJ? Oh, come on, man.
Hey, old-timer.
An announcer. The guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is, when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard that gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor.
Very well, Mr. Wright.
I can't believe I'm continuing the charade. Okay, it's only being alone on Christmas Eve. Well, we're talking about the DJ, so let's talk about that, I guess. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying. Alright. What did she say? Weird of you to assume she was a female. I guess it's weird that he'd assume it was a guy, too, so there you go. Either way.
Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said to do us? Blah, 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 blah. Reading is hard.
Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care.
We don't care.
No, we should care, of course. Or else they wouldn't ask me. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should.
Why?
Well, how do you know if we don't ask,
Well, that's not very good.
Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Just when she said, hey, it's almost Christmas, I heard the gunshot.
Oh, shit. Question of the day. Do you know what's wrong?
I do. I've been chatting about it all episode, actually. I'm annoyed that it said it was 12:15, but they keep saying... oh, no, one was at 11:50. Oh, shit. Yeah, one was at 12:15. So he heard the first one? Oh, shit, maybe I'm wrong. No, 2 shots after. There we go, yeah. So there were 2 shots after midnight. So he couldn't have heard a shot before midnight. Yay! Oh, I'm so smart.
Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct?
Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy. It's so sad that we deal with multiple games with Larry Butts. He does not learn a thing.
Is something the matter, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, hey, it's almost Christmas, when he heard the gunshot.
Indeed. And?
Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas.
Do you realize what this means?
When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve.
That would seem to be the case. Yes, poor judge. I love it when he's just like, well, no shit, Sherlock.
But that contradicts the 2 testimonies we have heard so far, Your Honor. Both Ms. Hart and the old man said it was after midnight when they heard the shots. In other words, when they heard the gunshots, it was already Christmas. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor.
It's true.
What does this mean? The 2 prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Maybe Larry Butts is an idiot and he should leave the courtroom. And
Von Karma's like, I agree. Guilty. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious.
Yeah, he's very sus.
What?
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butts' claims he had heard the gunshot before midnight? I think Larry's right. I'll stand behind my buddy forever. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight.
Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before mid- Oh yeah! How I screwed up earlier! Yay! Because there was a photo before Christmas. Yay! Oh, it's all falling into place. I love this. Look at this photograph! Sorry, it's like the stupidest joke. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. She was also listening to Nickelback. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m. Oh? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture. Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Aha! Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve. Indeed, it would seem that this is the case. Then, where does that leave us? Miss Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken? Not at all, Your Honor. It is a fact that the camera also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night there were 2 sets of gunshots, with a 25-minute pause between them. Why would this be? Don't be fooled, Judge. That camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yes? There is no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why, the witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera. Hey, my nose was clear that night, man. Clear! Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court evidence if you have any. Oh, shit. My badge. Lotta's camera, Fizz the Lake. Oh, I didn't even notice that. The murder weapon was fired 3 times. Wow, I did not even catch it. There we go. This is my evidence. The murder weapon? Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight, making it, I guess, technically the first shot. Order! That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Well, you all should be wondering that. It's the point of the case here. Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots, separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why? Uh-oh, I better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes? Ah! What's wrong, Nick? I have it! Huh? Remember the case with the Steel Samurai? Yeah, of course I remember. Do you guys remember? I taped it in February of this year. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. What do you mean? Maya. Yes? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm gonna run with it. Right, I mean, is this safe? Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick. Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright. The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. Oh, dang. Phoenix is smarter than me. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? Tisk, tisk, tisk. So you finally realized the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself. Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, 1 boat was on the lake. This was shown by the witness photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooter was 1 meter. Distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on the boat. I admit it, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 15 minutes. Or 15 after midnight, I guess. But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the two men on the boat are. The murderer and Hammond? No, because Hammond would have been before. Edgeworth and the murderer, and Edgeworth and Hammond. Edgeworth and the murderer. Well, it would be Edgeworth and Hammond. Hammond wouldn't be there, he'd be dead. So Edgeworth and the murderer. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. What? Are you serious? Yes. Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous! Oh dang, he's stuttering. That means he's nervous. Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right, it's... Miles Edgeworth? No. Lotta Hart? Wow, no. I guess I don't know. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. I mean, in the end, it's not really my job to prove the murder. It's just my job to prove that it wasn't Edgeworth. You don't know? Bah, again you waste my time. I don't know because he never told us. Oh. The murderer of the caretaker... murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop. That old man. Wow. You're gonna like that? You're gonna indict your man. Your man. Your dad. Keith. So mean. 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have to go all the way down the lake just to shoot someone? I shoot people right here at home. May I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not on a boat. It was in a moat with a goat. What? Well then, where did the murder take place? Show the judge where the murder really took place. That's a weird thing for Phoenix to say. I guess it would make sense it was just around here at the boathouse, right? Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way you could meet with the victim without anyone seeing. Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime? Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. The boat was drunkenly wandering around. That night he was out on the lake in the boat, searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Then just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned a boat? The boat shop? Oh damn, Larry, you helped us. Good for you, man. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start from the very beginning, and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. Oh, here's a picture of it. Poor Robert Hammond looked terrified. I mean, he's facing a gun, I guess, so. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. Then who fired the pistol in the boat, Mr. Wright? Well, it wouldn't be Miles, it'd be the boat shop caretaker. Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. That does not look like the boat shop guy. Like, at all. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes? Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details. No. You gotta answer that, Phoenix. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice. Because the first shot missed? Well, it didn't matter for this. To create a witness. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor. Create a witness? The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first shot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and fires again. Then, drops off. The murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice, to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body, and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. Damn! These are the events that transpired that night on the Gourd Lake. Wow, everyone's very quiet. Well, shit, that's pretty good. But no, Edgeworth guilty. Bailiff, bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly! Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Hello. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said? Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He should have shown that before. I know that it's like, I don't want to talk about my past, but like, you gotta show everything, man. You gotta show all your hands. Like, he asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry. I can't say what it was. Bailiff says, Your Honor, sir. Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. What? What should I do? Find him, quickly. We cannot allow him to get away. Well, shit. I guess we can't keep going. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. No, it wasn't my witness. I didn't want... Oh, no, that was his witness. Never mind. It was Larry that wasn't the witness. A search warrant has already been issued. It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned. Also, like, what has this got to do with the DL6? We didn't touch on it at all. A little surprising, really.
Yay, Nick, you did it!
Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict.
And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out.
Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time.
I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients.
Hey, Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Did you say something?
Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. Relax.
I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet.
What do you mean?
Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now, and I don't know whether or not to tell you.
Edgeworth?
No. There's so little time left. I want to tell you to get it off my chest, but I love you. Aw, Edgeworth. I can't make up my mind.
What is this about, Edgeworth?
It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed.
A crime you committed?
A memory of a murder. Well, tell me about that later. We're doing this now. Oh, to be continued. Oh, well. Well, I guess we're we're definitely closer to where we were before, so that's good. But, like, still so many unanswered questions. I'm Fill in the Blanks, so see you guys next level. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this episode, click that subscribe button and hit the bell icon to know when the next episode is up. If you want to support my channel, share some videos with some friends and consider supporting me on Patreon.